It's nice to be able to run my fingers through my hair again. Yep. Straight on to morning. I've just had that running through my head, but not the Peter Pan malarkey, the Rita Tushingham film from 1971 or whenever it was. Worth checking out, it's pretty good. Bit psychological. Bit weird. Point of this video, I think I'm Debian. I think I'm Debian all the way now. I've been looking around and looking around and looking around for something to replace MX on my main machine, and because if I want to run Kdenlive, I can't run MX19 with NVIDIA drivers installed, and I need NVIDIA drivers installed so that I can play my trucking games on Steam. This thing, yeah, Steam. And I figured that what they'd done, they'd backported a later version of Kdenlive anyway. Long story short, or story long. I ended up installing Debian Buster. I ended up installing it from the DVD1 and following the following information to make it capable of running Steam and OBS and all that malarkey. So you basically have to first off, in the repositories you have to add or make sure it's main, contrib and non-free for all the three main repos. Then you go into a terminal, or I go into a terminal, and then I go root and then just type in dpackage space dash dash add dash architecture space i386 update upgrade, and then I apt install NVIDIA detect and then run NVIDIA detect and then update. It will tell you which package to install, which will probably be straight old NVIDIA driver, so you install that, wait for that to finish. It will probably flash up a message as well saying, oh, the X session is running on Nouveau and it's blah blah blah. It's basically because you're installing a different display driver while using another one. So then you reboot, and then you do an apt update and upgrade again, and then you install your Steam. And that'll install, and you can run the installer and log on and do the usual. And so then you've got your graphics and you've got your gaming, Steam gaming background all sorted out. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can install Debian. You can install it from the DVD1, which you will then have to fish around and try and find your own particular firmware for things like Wi-Fi and so forth. Or you can use this image here, not this one. That is straight on till morning. Yeah. 1972, not 71. Okay. Yep. You go to this site, and I'll put the link in the description below, because it's quite a long link to read here. And it's basically unofficial non-free CDs, including firmware. Now this is a live CD as well, which you install from the desktop session, and it uses the Calamares installer. So that's pretty cool, and you can get it in all the different flavors: cinnamon, cinnamon, GNOME, KDE, LXDE, LXQt, Mate, standard. I don't know what standard is, whether that's just sort of like a headless one. It's quite a small ISO, so I guess it just takes you to like a command prompt. And there's XFCE, which is my favourite because I kind of know my way around XFCE. So anyway, I'll put this link in the video description below, and that will give you the system that you end up with using that installer. Will behave pretty much the same way that most of the Ubuntus do, as in you'll have full sudo privileges. So it'll just be sudo this. You wouldn't have to drop to root or log out and log in as root. You've got full sudo powers. So that behaves pretty much just the same as Ubuntu does. It's a smaller download. It's a faster install because it's already got the desktop that you want, and it uses a different installer. And so with this, you wouldn't drop to root. You'd be sudo depackage, sudo apt update, sudo apt upgrade, and so on and so forth. So that's it. So basically, that's what I've done here. Although I didn't do this one from the live disk. The two laptops have been imaged now with the live non-free image. And I'm going Debian all the way. As much as I loved the PC loss experience, it just feels that little bit flaky and that little bit alien to me. Pretty much everything I've used has had a Debian backend, and I'm most familiar there. It's more like my comfy chair, my safe area, yeah. And of course, all the MX time. MX is Debian with a very friendly face put on the top of it. And oh, my distro of this year, by the way, my distro of 2019 is MX18 without a shadow of a doubt. But MX18 wouldn't be anywhere near as good if it wasn't based on Debian. And so I'm Debian all the way now. All the blooming way. Because I can do everything I need to do on it. I can game on it. I can do my videos on it. And it's bloody good. I mean, if it was no good, there wouldn't be all these, forks of it or respins of it. You wouldn't. If Debian was no good, Ubuntu would be based on something else. And if Ubuntu was based on something else, all the Ubuntu respins would be based on something else. But they're not. They're based on Debian. And there's a reason for that. Because it's the daddy. I'm comfy here. I'm happy here. I'm going to stay here. And as of course, nothing is written in stone in the world of Linux. I'll probably be on Arch next week. But today, I'm thinking I'm going to be on Debian for the rest of the time now. Until I change my mind. Linux, wonderful, eh? Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye.